Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your June 2021 monthly forecast reading. I hope you guys are doing great. I love hanging out with my fellow Capricorns because I am a Capricorn myself. So welcome so much to the channel. Thank you for being here with me today. As well, welcome to my new and returning subscribers. And if you haven't done so yet, always invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button. Let me know you enjoy the content here in these videos. If you're looking into more of the astrology info, because I am an astrologer as well, I did make a separate video this month. I'm going to continue doing that in the future to give you all the details of the astrology of the month of June 2021. So just check out that video if you want even more of the astrology info. We will touch on a few of the things, but not all of them, because it just takes a very long time to repeat that for every single video. So Capricorn, of course, as you know, these are always general readings. They're not going to resonate with all of you. So if it does not resonate, you may want to check the placements of your personal natal chart. Find the sign that your Venus sign is, your moon sign, etc., and you'll be able to watch the readings that go along with those as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information will be down below in the description box. So Capricorn, I'm very excited for this month for us. Even though we are in a Mercury retrograde, that will be there until the 22nd. There's a lot of push of planets moving towards Cancer, and Cancer lights up the universal relationship house for Capricorn, so it really brings those personal relationships, balance between, you know, ourselves and other people up to the surface. It's that halfway point. We're getting ready to start the summer solstice. That will be on the 20th when the sun enters the sign of Cancer. And that's like the halfway point. 6 months from now, it will be the winter solstice when the sun enters Capricorn. So it's a very interesting balancing, a little bit mirroring kind of energy going on for the goats. Also, I will point out that the big full moon of the month on the 24th, I believe that's the 24th, yep, will be in our sign, Capricorn. It's our big full moon of the month, so we're building up to that as well. Let's focus in on your card reading. Let's get into that. We're going to look at some major themes first with some oracle cards to see what your major energies will be, and then we're going to do a full Celtic cross spread with 2 tarot decks. So let's tap in. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with our beautiful Capricorns as we look at what's coming up for them for June 2021. Please show us whatever information and guidance they most need for their highest good. Thank you so much, as always, for your help. Ooh, Capricorn, look at this one. All right. Security is on your mind, and it doesn't surprise me at all. Capricorn, you're a very security conscious sign. Very much so. Cancer as well, which we are going to find a lot of energy with this month, especially after we get out of Gemini season on the 22nd, 20th. Wow. This is going to bring that up big. And I think that what you're really looking for, and what I feel from this, is a lot of this need for security in your personal relationships. That's what I mostly feel, because your relationship sector is going to start getting highlighted quite a bit. And you're really thinking about the long haul. Not that you aren't always kind of doing that, because you are a sign that loves to plan for the future, loves to be prepared, but you're really thinking about how to most maximize through your security, your groundedness, your center. And also remember, Capricorn, it's not just about, you know, the home fires and that connection to the earth. It's also your connection to the divine. So keep that balance in check. It's not just about the size of your bank account. I know that that's tough for the goat. On the bottom of this deck, I just had to look. There's that card of flow. And look at that big full moon. That's your full moon, Capricorn. That's yours. So in your search for security and stability, Capricorn, I want to remind you to go with the flow as well. Don't get too rigid around what that idea or manifestation of security has to be or has to mean. Let's get into a numerology card. Let's see what number is coming up for my Capricorns this month of June. Wow, Capricorn, check it out. Number 1, new beginnings. So this is very exciting. This could be new beginnings of a job, new beginnings in a relationship, new beginnings just moving forward to the next level in either one of those things. Personal new beginnings, personal growth, because of course the number 1, you know, signals back to ourselves and our relationship with ourselves. This reminds me of the Magician card in the tarot, the number 1 card, because it is about taking all your abilities, all your talents and gifts and your energy and bringing it together into some new manifestation using that synchronicity, you know. So check for those synchronicities. They're going to be there. They're going to be around you. Let's get into a chakra and crystal card, Capricorn. Let's see which one is best for you to work with this month ahead. Like this one. I think Scorpio also had this. It was the Seraphinite. Seraphinite is a really unique stone. I actually have a piece of this. I remember finding this in like a rock store, mineral store one time, and I thought it was just the most unique kind of stone. It gets its name like from the seraph's wings. It almost looks like a feathered pattern on this. This is a gemstone for the heart and the third eye. So this is going to help clear you mentally, intellectually, and also in that heart chakra. And it has that keyword of honesty. So speak your truth, speak what you really want and what you really feel. Interestingly enough, I also looked on the bottom. We have the fluorite, which is a fabulous, also third eye chakra stone. I think Scorpio actually had both of those same stones coming up in their reading as well. So I would definitely, you know, work with both of those. They're really good stones. And of course, during most of this month, we have the Mercury retrograde, and that's typically a time where our mind is not as clear. It's a lot more fuzzy. It's a lot more confusion and miscommunication. So you really want to double check what you do. And sometimes using those crystals as a point of focus or healing can really help us to clear those chakras of the body. So let's get into a guardian or spirit guide. Which one of you wants to come through for our Capricorns for this month coming through? Wow. Sagittarius had this as well. Sagittarius had the same card. It was the Green Tara. And I just read about her in the little accompanying book. This is really a beautiful card. She was a goddess of compassion and nurturing that was born from the tears of, you know, the higher divine beings, because they could see, you know, the pain and suffering that people were going through. So she was literally born out of those tears of compassion. This is to remind you you're protected, which you may be feeling the need to fill that, Capricorn, with that security card. And it may be as a result of new beginnings, new adventures, you know, and it might be things that you're really excited about, but it's also taking you out of your comfort zone. So this is saying you're protected. Old cords are being cut. Amazing. Move beyond limitation and trust your process, Capricorn. Green Tara is a wonderful, wonderful being to tap into. Let's go ahead and move these to the side, and we're going to get into your tarot reading. I'm excited. I feel like there is a lot of action and activity around this month for everyone. All the signs are really getting a lot of powerful messages in their reads. So Spirit, let's see what we have for our Capricorns. Oh, Capricorn in the tarot. Let's get a nice big picture of what's going on for their June 2021. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. All right. So Capricorn, I do feel like you're kind of emotionally or mentally overwhelmed, and things might be a little bit confusing at times through this month. That's not a shock. Again, Mercury retrograde is a classic for that, but I do feel like you have a lot on your plate as well. You might have a lot of options. You might have to make a lot of decisions. And I know sometimes, for myself, for sure, when I've got a lot of decisions to make or a lot of things to do, I really need to prioritize and write down a list. Otherwise, I get none of them done because you're just like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, and you just get overwhelmed by it. So that's important to remember, because you've got to do a little research on a few things this month, Capricorn. You got to stop procrastinating or overthinking something. Go ahead, research, get clarity on what you're working on, and move forward. Yes, let's get a clarifier on this for you. Oh yeah, so it's movement. It's total movement. We had that message about cords being cut. Capricorn, you've got this Tower card coming up on top of it. And so I feel like a big thing that you're making decisions on this month is, kind of closure. It's like getting some closure on some old things, finally making some decisions and taking action on things that you might have put off for a long time. And if you don't go ahead and get them done this month, it's going to get really tricky. It's going to get really difficult, because that Tower card, that's Mars energy, Aries energy. It really shakes us up and breaks us out of some old habit, some old thing that wasn't good for us. And it really shakes our world a little bit. So this could be a very positive thing. Sometimes it brings in a little bit of those sudden changes or shocking changes. So in order to be more prepared if those come up, it's good to go ahead and take care of anything that you need to before or if those arrive. However, some of these might be really welcome, because you might be like, thank goodness, I've been waiting to get out of this old stagnation or this old rut for a while. In the immediate past, yeah, I feel like you've probably been kind of stressed, Capricorn, or there's something going on. The Five of Wands is an interesting card, because it is a card of contact. It's a card of conflict, tussles, and little skirmishes between people. Sometimes it makes you feel like you've really got to stand up for yourself and fight for what you believe in. Sometimes you just have to walk away from certain drama, or certain situations that aren't really worth your time. But this can also be those important exchanges of ideas. Sometimes they're very passionate, sometimes they're very fiery, but it does bring that air of participation into it. So let's get a clarifier on the Five of Wands. Oh my gosh, with the Seven of Cups. So we've got Seven of Cups on this twice, Capricorn. And I can feel like there's this nervousness. You're just like, oh, it's a stress around this. Like, that there's things you need to do. There's decisions you need to make. But I feel like that side of your security consciousness is really got you a little nervous. It's like, oh gosh, what if I make the wrong choice? That's such a Capricorn thing to do. And so they don't make a choice at all. But you got to choose something, right? You've got to look and see what's in each of those cups and make a choice towards your goal. Because some of the cups, yeah, they might have snakes or things that aren't so good, false people, etc. But some of them have, the diamonds. Some of them have the crown or the victory in them. So gotta investigate the cups there. You might feel a little emotionally overwhelmed though, or intellectually overwhelmed. Could be a little bit of both. To me, the Seven of Cups always feels like there's just a lot on your plate. I can relate to this. I can resonate with this reading already. Going into the immediate future, we do have the Page of Swords. Very strong air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We are working with a lot of Gemini energy through this month, as well as Cancer, because of that retrograde, because the sun is in Gemini until the 20th. This is a youthful energy, youthful air sign energy. I would say that it's important not to believe everything you hear. Don't believe, all the gossip if you come across information that seems a little suspect. This can also be new insights, new ways of seeing things. And I think in a lot of ways, because the way I'm reading this, this whole spread, it feels more like that to me, actually. It really does. And it even says, review documents carefully, look at things in a new way, information that you need that could be challenging to receive. So you might be getting some news or some information that you don't necessarily love, but you've got to work through it. You've got to get through this, Capricorn. It's important. And it really does, it changes up your worldview. It refreshes your worldview. Page energy is youthful, it's vibrant, it gets us to see things or do things in a new way. And when it's the swords, it's the area of the mind. So be very mentally flexible as much as possible this month as to how it's going to unfold. Four of Wands. No, that's a good card. I feel like, you know, what you're working towards is very positive. This is a home, happier situations. This can be that card of soulmates and twin flames. You could be in a relationship with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be somebody, you know, where there's an age difference. One of you's younger than the other, or older. And so, yeah, really feeling that. But you're planning for something really positive. I feel like, you know, once you get through some of these big changes and decisions and things that you've got to do, there's good stuff coming. There really is good stuff coming as we wind up through the month. On the bottom, what your subconscious focus is, check it out. There's our ego card. This is the same as the devil card in the traditional deck. And look at that little Capricorn symbol right there. This is the one of the Capricorn power cards of the tarot. And so when I get this one, Capricorn, there's a couple ways I read this, especially for you, since this is your card. A lot of the more negative connotations, I don't read into those as deeply when it's your own card, because I feel like in a lot of ways this is very empowering for you. And I feel like in a lot of respects, you're really subconsciously, even if you're not aware of it, you're strengthening, you're growing, you're getting better at your job, you're getting better at the things that you do. And the other thing that I would say about this, especially in light of like the Tower card, the Seven of Cups, all of that going on, I feel like you're releasing yourself from some old structures, some old ways of doing things. You might literally be pulling up stakes and getting ready to make some big moves, right? This is about freedom, you know. This is about seeking your own liberation, setting yourself free from any old ruts, habits, old routines that haven't been so good for you. I could see that being a big part of this month as well. Just kind of saying, you know what, I've always done it this way, but do I always have to do it that way? Breaking old bad habits, breaking old routines that you don't like anymore, setting yourself free, Capricorn. Some of you might be leaving a job, starting your own business, doing something on those lines. Let's get a clarifier, please, on this card for Capricorn. Seven of Pentacles. Yes, it's a growth it's a work in progress, Capricorn. That's a good card though. To me, this is definitely a month where your subconscious is focused on planting seeds for a good future. And some of those, you know, things that you're starting to do are to really set yourself free from some old feelings of limitation. Like if you've said in the past, well, there's no way I could ever do that. There's no way that could happen. It's like now you're going, you know what, I think that can happen. But it's not going to happen unless I start, you know, small but steady. I might put those seeds in the ground. Those seeds are really small, but before you know it, they're going to blossom into something really amazing. Crowning the spread, message from Spirit is the Sun, guys. So the Sun card is one of the most positive cards in the tarot. I feel like this is really Spirit tapping your shoulder, Capricorn, and saying no matter how heavy or how overwhelmed you may feel this month, how much you've got on your plate, don't lose sight of the fact that really positive things are coming through. Big positive changes are being made. It's happening from the inside out. So you might feel like, you know, it's like you may not see the tangible manifestation of it just yet, but I feel like it's happening within you, right? It's happening within you. This is also a month where we're having a powerful solar eclipse. That's going to be on the 10th, Thursday the 10th. That coincides with our new moon. So this could be a very powerful month as well of just bright new beginnings, a lot of change ups. All the readings I've done, you're the 10th one, but all the readings I've done have had this very interesting combination of challenging times and transformation into better times. It's been a very strong message throughout. So most of these, I would say, yeah, they've been a combination of some challenging cards and then some very positive ones, because I feel in a way that we're all moving towards a more positive place. But it does take work and it does take keeping the faith. Let's get a clarifier for the Sun, please. Knight of Swords, yeah, and I feel like this is rapid. I mean, this is rapid, and it really is in a way. Capricorn, you know, Spirit's almost saying you're going to have to change your mind and move your mind pretty quickly. Like, you're going to have to be mentally flexible. You also might feel a little nervous about some of the things that are coming into your life, even the really positive ones. And I know that sounds funny, but Capricorn, I can say this to you because we all do it. We have that thing where if things are going too well, we kind of have this fear that the other shoe is going to drop. We always think there's got to be a catch. Things are going too good. Like, what's that? You know, that doesn't happen to me. You know? So be sure that you don't let your anxiety or your fears or your worries or your stress overwhelm the fact that there really are a lot of good things coming in here, even if you're working through some challenges, some Tower stuff, some Seven of Cups stuff, you know, this is some things. And I feel like for any of you, you know what those things are that you've got to cut ties with or change or let go of. But once you do it, wow, the world is opening up for you, and it's really beautiful. There's a lot of change to your mind, though, and what you're, letting yourself believe can be possible. Let's get into some advice for you, Capricorn. Yeah. Wow. Aw, Cappies! Suggested approach. Keep healing that heart because we've got the Three of Swords here. So keep healing your heart. Do the recovery work that you're guided to do, Capricorn. For any of you that are, that have suffered any kind of disappointments, a loss, grievances, etc., this is reminding you that you're going to heal with time, and there's nothing wrong with taking a little downtime for yourself to do some of that inner healing work. Very, it's funny how this can be just such a tough card, that heartache card, those swords in the heart. But with it being in the suggested approach, I feel like whatever was hurting, whatever's been hurting Capricorn, the suggestion is to heal from this and continue to do the healing work that you need to do. You're going to recover. It's going to be okay. Yeah, and I think as well, you're also letting go of a lot of fears of being left out in the cold and in not being included or not, having what you want, feeling lonely, isolated, all that stuff. From chatting with fellow Capricorns, I know that that's a big thing that we go through, is a sense of loneliness. And Capricorns, like no other sign, I swear, we just are born with this little bit of loneliness in our soul. It's almost like no matter how much we're told we're loved, how many friends or awesome people in our life, we still have this little hint of loneliness. And so I really feel like the suggested approach, Capricorn, is to come in from the cold. Don't exclude yourself inadvertently, because sometimes I think we kind of do it to ourselves. We do. Sometimes we go, you know what, I'd rather not be disappointed, so I'm just going to cut off. But don't do that, Capricorn. Don't do that. It's time to heal that part of yourself that feels lonely, isolated, not included, etc. Moving into what you need to know. Look at this. Eight of Wands. All these cards of rapid movement and communication are coming in here. So, I definitely believe you may be feeling quite overwhelmed. Wouldn't be surprised with the amount of either information, movement, or activity that's going to be going on during this month of June. But a lot of the time, I will say this, this Eight of Wands is positive communication, right? Many readers will say, that's Cupid's arrows of love flying through the air, very passionate, romantic messages sometimes for people. It's Sagittarius energy. So again, it's about travel. It's about movement. I feel like there is a lot of movement in this month for Capricorn. So let's clarify this Eight of Wands, please. Look at that! Double card coming out again. So Capricorn, you need to know that you're definitely moving beyond a lot of old limitations, a lot of old habits or routines, especially if you didn't like them, if it was stuff that made you feel kind of stuck or trapped. You're definitely moving past that, and I think you're also moving into a far more empowered place, because we've got your card from the tarot coming in here twice. Seven of Cups coming in twice. Wow, this is an active month. getting into the hopes and fears. We've got our star card, our Aquarius energy. Absolutely, you're hoping for this positive new beginning, wishes and dreams and hopes being restored and fulfilled. And of course, being the Capricorn, like we said, you're also worried. You're also fearing that the other shoe may drop. Is it going too good? Is it going too good? So I want you to have faith that the future is bright. You've got the star and the sun in this reading, the two most positive cards of the major arcana. So just putting that out there, Capricorn. In spite of all the challenges you may feel, there's so much positive. And I feel like a lot of it is just you allowing yourself to believe that it's meant for you. Don't put it down. Don't be like, oh, you know. Don't do the goat thing. You've been fighting hard for this too, right? You know, you've been in it for the long haul. You've been through a lot to get to this happy conclusion or to get to a happier plateau. You really have. You've been through a lot, and I think that's part of why you have that fear of not getting there, because it's like, I've worked so hard for it. I've gone so long. I've suffered. I've, you know, struggled, and so you really do want this to work out. I think it will, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it. So outcome card, Two of Swords, yet again, lots of decisions to be made. I see that from, you know, the Seven of Cups being there. I see it from the Two of Swords. Those are my two like big decision-making cards. You got to stop procrastinating, Capricorn. You got to stop over-analyzing or overthinking things. It is time to move. It's time to go. It's time to get these things done that you've needed to get done. Don't put it off any longer, because once you move into July, I feel like it might be too late. You know, it's like, not that it would be like, you know, something where you don't have any more time, but it's going to be better if you work on it this month, especially old projects, because actually one of the best things to do during a Mercury retrograde that we're in this month is to get old projects done, old things, old cycles completed, because, you know, it's that old review energy. So actually getting old things done, taking care of old projects or circumstances is going to be even better during this month for you. And Nine of Pentacles. Yes, you may have to make some decisions about work, about money, about finances, how you support yourself, your security center. But the Nine of Pentacles is a very positive card. So I feel like the decisions will actually be good ones. And once you start making them, once you start getting into it, it's going to feel so much better than putting it off or procrastinating on it. On the bottom, wow, look at this. Five of Pentacles again. So many cards doubled up in this reading, Capricorn. Five of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. So I feel yet again that message is coming through so strongly. Do not cut yourself out. If you feel lonely, if you feel isolated, Capricorn, don't choose to stay in that energy. Tune into your friends, your community, your loved ones, the people that you know are there for you. Coming out of the cold and be in that place of balance. The Six of Pentacles. Sometimes, Capricorn, you're isolated because you just work so darn hard. And sometimes you really do need to have that equal reciprocity of, you know, time at home to rest, time at work to work, right? Let's get into an affirmation, Capricorn. What a month. What a month. I'm telling you. Look at that! Wow, what a card! I've never pulled this card before from this deck. Surrender your battles. The angels are asking you to hold your peace and surrender the battle to them. Oh my goodness! We had this card, remember that? Nine of Wands on top of the star? Yeah, you gotta let it go, Capricorn. Let the divine take over and fight some of these battles for you. And on that note, we have a sneeze of confirmation. From me, and this sounds like a great month ahead. Surrender your battles. Stay in your peace, Capricorn. You don't have to tackle it all. Wow, what a message. I hope you have an amazing month. I hope we all do as Capricorns, and I will be looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.